Hello everybody, this is Saad with you again, your favorite realtor, and today is going to be another one of those information-packed videos to deep dive and understand which areas should you be looking to invest in, especially when you are talking about the airports. We're talking about the Dubai International Airport, we're going to be talking about the new Al Maktoum Airport and also the Sheikh Zayed Airport in Abu Dhabi. What kind of effects do these airports have in the surrounding areas? We hear a lot of things, you must be hearing a lot of things, or you must be having a notion about investing in these particular communities might cause a lot of aircraft sounds. So we're actually going to understand what areas will be in the red zone and what areas will be generally safer in terms of noise pollution in those areas and what you can expect with these areas. So this video might feel a little bit unorganized, but just stick with me because by the end of this you'll have a very clear picture of which areas to choose and which areas to avoid when it comes to investing around the airport. So let's just get into it. Before we begin, we have a map that I would like to show you, the sound map. All right, so this is a very interesting website where you can actually go and check what kind of sound pollution can you expect in certain areas. So generally I used to keep telling this, when it comes to the runways, the airports, the sound is usually in the flight path. So let's take the example right here. This is Dubai International Airport. This right here is Dubai International Airport. If I zoom into it, you will see this is the airport, all right? This is the runway. Now, usually, because the direction of the planes taking off and landing is along the runway path, all right, the flight path, investing in the flight path is the actual danger zone. If you see the graph of the sound pattern, the sound is mostly in the direction of the runway. The sound leakage towards the sides is very minimal if you understand from this. This right here is the Sharjah International Airport, and again you can notice a similar graph right here. The main sounds are along the runway because the planes are coming this way, landing this way, or coming this way and taking off in this direction. So that's where most of the sound is, and what you hear about aircraft noises, that's going to happen right here. Usually on the sides you do not have this problem of aircraft sounds. So this is Dubai International Airport. Now we know there is a location which is a beautiful location, but it's riddled and notorious for aircraft sounds. And this area that I'm talking about is right here, Mirdif. All right. So look at the location of Mirdif. This right here is Mirdif, and it's exactly on the flight path. So the residents of Mirdif, this is a general complaint with the people of Mirdif that there's a lot of sound, constant aircrafts landing in and out on the flight path. So there's a lot of sounds. Plus Dubai Airport is like one of the most busiest airports in the world. So there's constant flights passing by. There's not going to be any break. So this is an area which has a huge complaint for noise pollution due to the aircrafts landing and taking off from right here. So Mirdif is a red zone, and you can see that in this very graph right here. All right. And we know another complaint now is coming up for Dubai Islands, that it is exactly on the flight path. So we're going to understand where Dubai Islands is. So this is the runway, and if you notice, Dubai Islands, especially the main island, Island A, falls exactly in the flight path. Okay, but the silver lining is that it is actually out of the red zone and it falls in the orange zone. And right here you can see this area, entire big area, falls in the orange zone. So if you click right here, you can see actually there's a graph right here for you to understand what are the noises. All right, so red zone is like almost like hearing a vacuum cleaner in your surroundings. It's that loud. All right, orange zone is also not the best because it's like a noisy restaurant. You can see the decibel ratings right here. What kind of decibel rating will you be having in these areas? Okay, so technically once you're in the yellow and the green, you're looking generally good in those areas. The sound leakage is not as bad because it's not bad. You can notice from the decibel rating right here. So Island A is a concern because the flights generally are passing right over here and taking off and moving about. Once they reach the sea, they're moving left or right. So this area, Dubai Islands, is going to be maybe a little bit of a concern for the near future only. Why? Is because we know that once Al Maktoum Airport is live and ready, they're going to close down the Dubai International Airport. So the airport will not be functioning anymore. They're going to remove the airport from here, and all the flights will be taking off from the Al Maktoum Airport. All right. So for you to understand this right here, in about 8 to 10 years, this airport will be gone. So long term, Dubai Islands is still going to be a phenomenal investment opportunity, because the airport is going to be closed down, it's going to be shut down, and all the Dubai airport operations are going to be taking place from Al Maktoum Airport. So keeping this in mind, short term, yes, there is a slight issue with Dubai Islands in terms of aircraft sounds, but generally it's not going to be so bad if you are like, usually these apartments these days, the new apartments have great sound insulation. If you close your doors and windows, which we usually do in Dubai because it's quite hot in Dubai, you're not going to be actually getting disturbed by the aircraft sounds. It is going to be there, but if you actually keep your doors and windows closed, you will not really be getting affected by these sounds, because the sound isolation, the soundproofing is very good. So you will not be having a problem once you're indoors. Outdoors, yes, you're going to be noticing flights going overhead, passing over your head, especially if you're on the beaches. You will be noticing that, but I feel long term, because the plan for this island is a long term plan. In about 10 years, the airport is going to be gone. So long term, Dubai Islands is still good. You should still be looking to invest over here, because this issue right here is not going to be for the long term. All right. So that is regarding Dubai Islands. So you can see now here, this was when Nakheel launched the Bay Villas. All right. So this falls technically in the green zone, and you can see the decibel rating is not very bad. When you see that, it's in the yellow zone. So it's almost like an office environment where there's quite murmurs happening here and there. So it's not bad at all. Bay Villas was a great opportunity to invest in, because the sound levels are not bad there. All right. So mainly the issue with Dubai Islands is this central island right here. This island right here, that is the little bit in the orange area. It's not even in the red zone, it's in the orange zone. So it is a concern, but I don't feel it's that major of a concern to be worried about. Okay, the main aircraft sounds are coming in this area. Now another place which is right beside the airport, there are two areas. We have Tuwar, that you see right here, Al Tuwar, and we also have Garhood, which is right by the airport. All right, there's a lot of office areas over here, there's a lot of residences over here, and generally nobody in Garhood ever complains about aircraft sounds. But look at the distance. Garhood is right here, right next to the airport. This is the runway, this is Garhood right here. Nobody in Garhood has ever complained about aircraft sounds or aircraft issues. Why? Because you can see from the graph, it is not on the runway path. Though it is very close to the airport, it is right there, very close to the airport, it is not on the runway path. So Garhood in general does not have any aircraft sound issues. People are very happy to stay in Garhood, work in Garhood. There's no noise issues in Garhood. Similarly, in Al Tuwar, which is also very close to the airport. Now this area, again, it is mostly industrial and some villas are right here. But again, nobody in Al Tuwar is complaining about aircraft sounds or other sounds in general. Al Qusais, which is also an area close to the airport, nobody is complaining about aircraft sounds. Why am I talking about these? Is because you'll understand when we go to Al Maktoum Airport, what is the significance of this. All right. So before we go to Al Maktoum Airport, let's check out the Abu Dhabi Airport, which is called Sheikh Zayed Airport, which is right here. Now, again, if you do your research, Yas Island is notorious for aircraft sounds. Everybody who's been to Yas Island, who's stayed in Yas Island for a while, has complained about the aircraft sounds. Why? Now let's check it out. This is the Sheikh Zayed Airport. This is the flight path, and this right here is Yas Island. This right here is Yas Island, and as you can see, it's exactly, this is where the runway ends, and this is where Yas Island is. It is exactly on the flight path, and a lot of complaints come from Yas Island because there's always overhead flights passing by and sounds similar to what I explained previously. But this one is almost like the Mirdif situation, where it is right by the airport, right on the flight path. So this is a very red zone. You should not be looking to invest here. There's a lot of aircraft sounds that comes in Yas Island. Now, if you keep looking even further, all right, I mean, this whole thing is Yas Island, but this is the main general issue area, all right? And as you see, as you move along, after that, once the flights have achieved altitude, the sound becomes lesser and lesser, and you can see like Ramhan Island, a luxury development by Eagle Hills, does not have that issue. It's in the yellow zone. The sounds are not going to be bad at all. It's not going to be affecting this area. If you're in the yellow or green zone, you're looking quite good. You do not have a problem. All right. Yas Island, this area of Yas Island is notorious. Plus, this is the other runway and flights from here also. So this Yas Island area is a troublesome area also. It's not showing in the graph, but people have complained in Yas Island regarding aircraft sounds. Okay. So now let's go to Al Maktoum Airport. Okay. Now this is going to be the busiest, largest airport in the world. All right. So basically, this whole thing is going to be Al Maktoum Airport. All right. This is where Emaar South begins. All right. This is where Emaar South begins. This is Emaar South. This is DWC. Now, this is one runway. There is going to be more runways coming up right here. There's going to be I think as many as 5 runways in this airport. Okay. Expo City is right here. Expo City is right here. And Dubai South is right there. I mean, this drawing is so bad. Let me just do it again. So this is the Al Maktoum Airport. There's going to be one runway here, another one here, another one here, another one here. I think there's going to be 5 runways right here. So that's how it's going to be. This right here is the Expo. Okay. This right here is Dubai South community. So this is basically how it is. Now the Expo plan has expanded. I believe this entire area is also going to be part of the Expo master plan. Okay. So I believe in this place, and a surprising point, the flight path, look how the flight path is. All right. So I was actually the other day talking to my investor. We are going heavy into studying these airport sounds, and we were actually going deep. And then he showed me how Yas Island is an issue. And then I was doing my own study and I realized this right here. This is the next major development of Dubai. This is Palm Jebel Ali, and it is exactly in the flight path. So is it risky to be investing in Palm Jebel Ali? Let's understand. Let's understand. Because this technically falls exactly in the flight path. Plus Emaar South. What about Emaar South? Is Emaar South going to be riddled with aircraft noises? Let's understand. All right. We'll understand with Expo. We're going to understand with Emaar South. All of these things we're going to understand, because this is where the new development of Dubai is coming up. And we need to understand which areas to target and which areas to avoid. So to make you understand what is going on in these areas, what is the scale that we're talking about, because there's many things to keep in mind. So stick along. You're going to understand everything that I'm talking about right here. Okay. So this is DXB, Dubai International Airport. This is Dubai Islands. Okay. This right here is DWC. Actually, wait, hold on. This is DWC. This is Emaar South. Okay. And this is the current Expo plan. This is the current Dubai South plan. Okay. And obviously this is Palm Jebel Ali. Now, to make you understand certain things, okay, what are these purple lines that I've made right here? What are the purple lines? So I've actually measured the distances across different areas in the airport. All right. So this purple line right here, this is a distance of 6.6 kilometers. Okay. That is 6.6 kilometers. This purple line and this purple line, both of these are 4 kilometers. 4 kilometers. This is also 4 kilometers. And this line, this purple line is also like it's equal. I measured this as 6.6 kilometer. Now, this is Mirdif. Okay. This is a problem area. All right. This is Dera. This is generally where all the low height buildings are, and these are also a problem area because it's exactly in front of the runway path. I'm sorry, my thoughts are all over the place. I'm trying to explain to you the best way I can to make you understand. Now, this right here is Garhood. This right here is Al Tuwar. And this is still in a 4-kilometer distance, and nobody is complaining here about aircraft sounds. This is what I'm trying to make you understand. The 4 kilometer is also reaching this area. This area is Al Jaddaf. Jaddaf. And nobody here is complaining about aircraft sounds. Okay, and this is still in a 4-kilometer distance from the runway. Okay, now this right here is the same 4 kilometers. 4 kilometers here, 4 kilometers here. So this is also 4 kilometers. Okay, this to give you an understanding why Palm Jebel Ali is a safe area to invest. This line right here was 6.6 kilometer. Now this same distance I've taken right here. So this is 6.6 kilometer, and this distance to Palm Jebel Ali is 18 kilometer. Okay. If you will be investing and 4 kilometers on this side, I mean, okay, so the runways are going to be coming right here. So I'm not really sure about Expo, how that's going to fare. Might be a question mark area. Expo might be a question mark because with more runways, the airport going to be even busier. So this is the leftmost runway. There's not going to be any more runways on this side. On this side, there's going to be no more runways. All the runways are going to be on this side. Okay. So Expo is a question mark. I'm not sure how that's going to fare out. But Emaar South, it's looking very good because this is a 4-kilometer distance. And after this line is all where all the new launches are coming up in this areas. So it is beyond the 4-kilometer mark. It's even further away than this point from this. So technically, it's almost like investing in Creek Harbour in respect to the distance between the airport and Creek Harbour. All right, that is somewhat a similar distance that you're expecting right here. All right, in Emaar South. So from here to Emaar South, the distance is actually big. The only reason why it feels like it's so close, it is close, but the only reason why it feels so close is because there's nothing else there. There's nothing else there other than Emaar South. Over here, from the runway, we have Garhood. All of this is Garhood. After that, we have the creek. Then we have Al Jaddaf. Then we have Creek Harbour. And over here, we have the Al Badia Golf Course. So it feels like a big area. It feels like so many things are there before the airport and Creek Harbour. So the exact same distance that Creek Harbour, the island of Creek Harbour is from, let's just erase all of this. So the exact distance of Creek Harbour from the airport is what is right here from Emaar South. Okay, so from Emaar South to the airport. Okay, that's the same thing. Emaar South is as good as investing in Dubai Creek Harbour in terms of aircraft sounds. So when you keep hearing like, or you make this assumption in your mind that Emaar South is going to be affected by plane sounds, no, it is not going to be affected by plane sounds. Emaar is way too advanced or big of a company to be investing in a risky zone. You understand what I'm saying? Emaar and the government works hand in hand, and they get the best priority of plots and the best lands in Dubai to do their development. So Emaar has thought this through. This area right here, this is Emaar South. This is not going to be affected by aircraft sounds. This is the airport. These are going to be the runways. I'm not sure about Expo, I'm not sure about Dubai South, but Emaar South is looking very safe, very good. Palm Jebel Ali is looking very good because this is 6.6 kilometer, where until here you should have an issue with sound, exactly like this, because after this it was all green zone, orange zone or green zone. Over here, until here you should have a problem, after this should be good. So by the time the aircraft flies up and reaches Palm Jebel Ali, it's going to be 18 kilometers, so it's going to have a lot of elevation. So just to give you an example, in a 2D way, I mean this is the runway. The planes land this way, and they take off this way. Okay. If for example, if this was Dubai International Airport, if this was Dubai International Airport, 6.6 kilometers is the red zone, okay? And Dubai Islands kind of falls in this area. Now Palm Jebel Ali is in the 18 kilometer range. This is where the palm is, okay? So the elevation of the plane is going to be much higher once it reaches the point of Palm Jebel Ali, which is 18 kilometers away. So the elevation is going to be much higher. So the aircraft sounds are not going to be affecting Palm Jebel Ali. This is a mega project. They would have taken care of these things in advance, all right? So from what we can understand, yet again, if I can just go back and show you, just to conclude the video, let me just get back here. This is the airport start. This is the airport finish. This is what you got to keep your eye on. This area, red zone. This area, red zone. Dubai Islands, orange zone, but long term, it's going to be green because this airport is going to be removed from here, okay? Garhoud, not a problem. Al Tuwar, not a problem. No one's complaining about sounds right here. Dubai Creek Harbour, all good. Nobody's complaining about sounds. Festival City, Al Badia Golf Course, not a problem. Nobody's complaining about sounds right here. Moving to Al Maktoum Airport, okay? This is the airport runway start and finish, okay? From here, this area is an industrial area. You will not invest there anyways. It should not be a problem right here, okay? So this is a red zone, okay? After this, this is where the new marina is going to be coming, all right? The Palm Jebel Ali the Jebel Ali Marina or the Jebel Ali downtown is going to be coming here. Not a problem. All good. Palm Jebel Ali, all clear. It's not going to have any issues right here in Palm Jebel Ali. The distance is too high. The distance is too much for you to be affected by aircraft sounds. This is 6.6 kilometer over here. This is 18. So it's almost triple the distance. So no issues right there. Emaar South. Do not fall for anyone telling you that Emaar South is going to be affected, because I'm giving you I'm showing you right here why it is safe. This is the 4 kilometer point. This is also the 4 kilometer point. No one here is complaining about aircraft sounds. No one here is complaining about aircraft sounds. This is going to be the airport. So again, Emaar South is looking good. Do your research, understand what's going on. Emaar South is not going to be in a red zone with the airport. It's going to be very peaceful, very calm. This is how Emaar has planned it. There's absolutely no issues with that. This right here, Expo, question mark. No comment. I cannot say much about it. Dubai South again, question mark. I don't know exactly how that's going to fare. But I know that all the buildings in Expo have crazy sound installation, all right, because they also have the Bustle Dome right here that hosts a lot of concerts. So they've thought about that and they've made a lot of soundproofing right there. Also, so I cannot say for sure. I cannot say for sure about Expo because the runways are going to be here, 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 here. So I don't know how that's going to fare. But I feel like since Expo is also such a big plan, it should not have a problem. But it's still a question mark. I cannot say for sure. So I'm not going to comment on it. Dubai South also, same thing. But I know for a fact, Emaar South, big tick mark. Palm Jebel Ali, all good. And everything beyond here, like all of this is good. This is where the Oasis is coming up. Oasis. I mean, this is great. All of these areas are looking good. This is where the other communities by Emaar is coming up. This is Riverside. This is the Grand. These are also not going to be affected. These are going to be looking good. So all of these areas are looking good. All of these areas are looking good. I mean, the only areas to avoid would be anything that comes here, you should be avoiding, and anything that's coming right there, you should be avoiding. Even something that's coming up right here, you should be avoiding, basically, until this point. Basically, until this road. This is Sheikh Zayed Road. So anything below Sheikh Zayed Road and between the airport, avoid. Anything on the sides of the airport, go ahead and invest because it's going to be a great investment opportunity. I hope you found this video informative. I know it was a little bit crazy with all the lines and drawings, but I hope you get the point of what I was trying to say to you. So this was the analysis of the sound disturbances near the airport, which areas are good and bad. And for now, this is Saad Dubai Realtor signing off.